Welcome to the penultimate match day of the Simulation Soccer League Matchday 9 of Division 2. I'm Sock, joined by Valpix. 3 matches on the card and a potential to decide promotion tonight. Valpix, why don't you take us through these matches?
Yep, we are starting off with Montreal United versus Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires need a win and need some help to keep the dream of going up alive. They know they cannot win the league because they are 7 points back of London, but they are 4 points back of AS Paris, which means a win here and a Paris slip-up makes things very interesting going into the final match day. Montreal are playing for pride, bottom of the league, 1 point minus 15 goal difference. When these two teams played on match day 6, Buenos Aires won at 4-2. Montreal in a 4-4-2 narrow diamond, and Buenos Aires coming out in the 4-3-3.
Yeah, we'll consider it more a wide 4-1-4-1 from Buenos Aires with their 2 wide attacking midfielders with Grayson Yates and Eric Tilder's function, but 2 players to watch at the front for Montreal, Atli Abaralunga and Pinot Noir. Atli Abaralunga more colloquially known around the league as Casual, and has been probably a decent strike force for Montreal, but nothing compared to the centre mid Edwin van der Sloot, who has slotted into different roles and done very well for them. Currently 3rd in Golden Boot race, they likely won't be contending with that with the goal-scoring threat of Leonidas Papadopoulos, currently leading the Golden Boot race over in Paris.
Yeah, van der Sloot, a deadly sin and a deadly midfielder. On the last match day, for the record, Buenos Aires fell 1-0 to Seoul, while Montreal kind of got squashed 4-1 by Inter London.
And our first versus last matchup, even with Montreal going down to 10 men thanks to Gavin Millar picking up a second yellow card, still ended up coasting through with that lead and was 1-1 after 10 men, as here's an opportunity for Casual, cut down though by Mike Checker and sent back clear. Tune now to Pilsong over to Funyuns. Xavier Valorian eventually finds Noir, back to Funyuns. Valorian's opportunity, his shot saved by Oakdown and tipped over for a corner. Funyuns now to take a set
Promising
piece.
start for Montreal. They need to get some goals, but the main issue for them this season has been defending. We mentioned the last matchup. They gave up 4 goals. Their last match, they gave up 4 goals. Got to clean that up at the back.
Yeah, well, hopefully players at the back, AJ Williams and Isma Chu, can do something about it, as he has an opportunity now through Knight. Eventually finds Yates. Aizamo Tali through in a run, but can't finish. Tried to just put that one a bit too fine, perhaps.
Yeah, he had the keeper beat, but the accuracy was just not there on that long shot. Really good ball in, but finishing just a bit outside.
Yeah. Interesting free kick there from Koshi Oakdown there. Actually decided to give the back foot and then just flick it over to Mike Checker, who has it now. A bit further up the field, though. Being harassed there by Calavera. Will work it back. And Oakdown, never clear now, looking for van der Sloot, but headed away by Isma Chu, and all too fair to sweep up. Chu will decide to go aerial. Finds Pinot Noir wide. Goes to Wartooth. Wartooth trying to run against Yates and Knight. Look back in the center of Calavera. Here's Valorian. Taps Casual through. Casual shot. Good save. Oakdown on the short side.
That was a really good build-up there by Montreal. Just not a great shot to end it on, but it's pressure. It's something.
Yeah, but Hansen just building towards something here. Here's Pedersen. Pedersen looks to find Noir. Noir on the side of the box. Finds Casual on the bottom corner. Charles Andrew Simon. Atli Abaralunga has put Montreal up. A rare lead for them. A great bottom corner finish, and they take a 1-0 lead.
Yep, and again, they're playing a 4-4-2 diamond. They get the fullback involved, and then the 2 forwards play off each other extremely well. Noir setting up Atli Abaralunga. Words are hard. For what's a very routine finish. We see there that I believe that is of Katerina keeping him onside. Montreal 1, Buenos Aires 0.
Yeah, that's good. One of the few leads of Montreal rather, has been able to actually grab. I mean, we've never really been able to get out of the starting blocks, but this time, in the first quarter of a match, they've been able to find one, and now van der Sloot will try to immediately land a counterpunch. Flicks back for Checker, now Tali. has Knight open on the left flank. Now sends through Yates. Yates inside looking for Gaverno, but a good aerial work by AJ Williams to send that one back clear. And they look to regroup back on that left side. Here's Knight against Funyuns, just working to the wing in for Tilda's function, and it was Gaverno that I think put the ball actually on, and Brian Duke ends up making the save.
Yeah, Buenos Aires not wasting time trying to get that goal right back, and they're trying to find Gaverno up top, who's been sort of their main striker throughout this season. But harmless header in the end for Brian Duke.
That header, though, ended up falling for Yates. And now Gaverno, a shot, but he put it on the wrong side. Tough opportunity that ended up missing there.
Bit sloppy out of the back there from Montreal. Buenos Aires nearly make them pay as we go into halftime. And, wow, we're at halftime already.
Yeah, I mean, Montreal this time have had a fair bit of accuracy on their shots, all on target for them, while Buenos Aires only the one shot on target from their 5, haven't been really able to challenge Montreal keeper Brian Duke, and as such end up taking a 1-goal deficit for Buenos Aires, especially at a time when they need a win against a team that is basically just playing for whatever points they can rack up. I have to say, it's not great signs here for Buenos Aires.
Yep, I almost feel like, you know the phrase trap game when you see a team that's lower on the table, you're coming up on a big game, you might accidentally look past them. That might have been Buenos Aires in that first half, and we get no substitutes, so they're both dancing with the ones that brought them to prom.
Yeah, Wadio Buendia and faking an injury, both not seeing use for this match, as Montreal immediately trying to put themselves onto attack here. I think they got the message, get out of the starting blocks early and see what we can do, but ended up not amounting to much as the low cross was intercepted. Now another opportunity perhaps to Montreal as Casual is found, giving over to Calavera. Now back to Pilsong. Lorien over to Noir. Noir working back to Guevara, but an intercept there. Vandersloot finds Yates, and a counter-attack is launched here by Buenos Aires. Where do they look to go? Yates just running down the left flank as Montreal gets back in defense, finds Vandersloot, but a good tag away by Ismachu to get his foot in the way and clears it out, but only finds Mike Checker, who seemed to just have perfect positioning to get back to that ball. Checker now to Tali, walks back to him. They go back to Tali, now Checker again. Vandersloot ground ball, but Duke got the foot out and tipped it over for a corner.
They find the foot of the man they really wanted to find the foot of, but Brian Duke is up to the challenge.
Yeah, that time Machu on that corner kick following. Ends up heading it clear again. Tilda's function back to Tali. Over to Gorkov. Gorkov, nice little spin heel. Over to Calavera. Calavera, though, able to harass him off the ball and does well, but an immediate free kick given here of Katarina indirect to Guevara. Vandersloot, Yates a header. It was too far out and didn't get much power on it. Brian Duke just calmly taking that into his hands.
Buenos Aires piling on the pressure in this second half, but combination of some good saves from Brian Duke and some shoddy finishing, keeping Montreal in the lead.
Yeah, now Casual is found through on a run, and that looked like it'll be called back there for offside after that through ball from Wartooth was too late on its tap through. Yeah, one thing that's really worth noting here is that none of CF Buenos Aires can really be considered as having a good game looking over those match ratings, though. I think that could easily change if anyone can put a chance past Brian Duke, who has been solid thus far, and can also rule out Ismachu, who has been very good at being able to block out the set pieces. Now Montreal looking to build an attack. About 18 minutes left here in regulation, though could see a fair amount of stoppage time. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes, though. Shouldn't be too much, given that the game has been flowing quite freely for now. Williams will decide to run it forward, using the space given to him. Finds Wartooth on the right edge. Onions out to Song, goes to Valorian. Worked inside Calavera, tapped forward for Casual. Casual finds edge with Valorian. His shot is saved by Oakdown, and Knight prevents it from going anywhere else. Guevara will boot it clear.
And one thing I'm noticing throughout this match is Montreal's relying a lot on those overlapping runs from the fullbacks, because those are the only wide players that they have, because, 4-4-2 narrow diamond. they need those fullbacks to be good, and they've been the starting point for a lot of those attacks.
Yep. Some people call it 4-4-2 with the narrow diamond, some call it 4-1-2-1-2, but either way, they are playing with that very narrow midfield. Tali shot just barely by the glove of Duke, but couldn't find the net.
That was an awesome shot, just a bit outside.
Now with 8 minutes to go, they try and find another cross in, but a really good clearance by AJ Williams. But of Katarina did well to win the aerial duel against Casual. Ends up not falling for them. Now worked back out for Buenos Aires though, with Checker. Checker over to Gaverno, a shot, the rebound was there, but Yates couldn't get it. Wartooth cleared it, but only to Tali. And that cross just going a bit too far now, and Yates is handled there by Wartooth, and he boosts it clear.
What a save by Duke, and what a clear. Yeah, Wartooth was in the right place at the right time, because there was a Buenos Aires player right there.
Now here's Tilda's function outside the area. Didn't really get anywhere else with that, and Duke just basically was able to sit on it.
Crowd is loving the show that Brian Duke is putting on in that Montreal goal. Do Buenos Aires have a last gasp equalizer?
They look for something. They only got 1 minute, and that minute is quickly ticking away. They'll just look to get the territory they need. Now it looks like Buenos Aires are really hustling for this as the whistle sounds. Montreal have pulled up a huge upset. Their very first victory in Division 2 this season. They take down Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires will stay as they are. They are knocked out of a promotion race. It narrows itself down to 3.
Yup. Buenos Aires created, but Brian Duke was having none of it. Montreal, you may say they were a bottom team. They've been a bottom team this season, but you know what? They were playing for pride, and today they put a nice dousing of cold water on the pride of Buenos Aires and their promotion. A tough one for Buenos Aires, and then there were 3.
Yeah, and we get to see 2 of those 3 compete right now into London, who can secure promotion potentially with a win. They will, of course, have to rely on the result of AS Paris to see that, and FC Kapstadt in a similar vein. They're only 3 points back of AS Paris, so if they can just so long as match them, they will have a shot going into the final day.
Yeah, and Kapstadt...
Of course, for that final day, Kapstadt do have Montreal to face, who just came off a win, so could be very hot teams we see into London. The 4-2-3-1 with Scott Muffin, Jerry Svici, and Fallon DeFleur in that midfield, and the second best striker, who's basically been the reason why Inter London have taken the game to them. Kay Clements at the front. However, Kapstadt going for very wide 5-2-1-2 with Lachlan O'Rourke and Ariadne Tokyo Nagatora Magadona at the front.
Yeah, remember, Kapstadt, I believe, is the only team that's beaten Inter London in the league thus far this season. That 1-0 win in Cape Town a couple weeks ago. London just couldn't buy a goal, and then Kapstadt came back the other way and scored a stoppage time winner. There's going to be some fired up London players trying to atone for that one.
Yeah, but here's O'Rourke, the man that scored it, getting past Bob Dives in a lot. And, well, I mean, O'Rourke probably could have had flashbacks of that earlier play and thought, maybe it'll happen again as Pecora gets a great intercept, and O'Rourke that time dives in a lot, puts his body on the line and makes a very nice block. That one being sent way up into the crowd. You just start up Pecora whipping the ball in, and it's headed clear by Donnarumma. Out to Zimmer. Zimmer finds Superior Athlete. Of course, Superior Athlete, one of their last games that they'll have in the SSL, retiring very shortly as that pass is cut out. The free kick, rather, from Svici as the floor will look against Hall, trying to work it through for Scott Muffin. A good header, and it nearly found the top corner, but Kazenga Lualua read it and got back to that one and made a good save.
The action is coming fast and heavy in this one.
Yeah, we didn't really see much early on in this previous match as here's Papastafopoulos sending through Scott Muffin. Scott Muffin, a shot, it falls for Clements! Clements finishes! 1-0 London, and a huge goal for them early on in this match.
Yep, and you knew if it was going to be anyone for London, it was probably going to be Kay Clements, and this one's kind of on a broken play. Scud Muffin just kind of squeaks through there on the through ball by Papastathopoulos. I think it took a touch off the defender, and a very calm finish by Kay Clements. He's been doing that all season, and in the biggest game of the season, he delivers.
Yeah, just took a couple of deflections there of Abdoulaye Camavinga, who never could really corral the ball and ended up just falling right onto the right foot of Kay Clements, and he was going to make no mistake from that angle. As here's Hall looking to find G Fuel Tub. Over to Picorda, now O'Rourke. O'Rourke turns it around for G Fuel Tub. Oh, good deflection by Nagatoru Maradona, but it just hit off the woodwork.
Yeah, that was a really dangerous header by Maradona. Yeboah tried his best, but didn't really need to because the bar came to the rescue.
Yeah, sometimes be a goalie's best friend. That would work as Papastathopoulos trying Clements again, but that time just going to get his jump right and ends up sending it skyward.
Papastathopoulos has quietly been one of the biggest pieces for London this season. The left back came in via a trade, and he has been absolute money on that left flank, both in the attack and on the defensive side.
Yeah, and well, we'll quickly go to a break now. A lot of crosses coming in, but not a lot being converted there. 2 yellow cards of Vakona Kapstad as Cruz to send Hall. Thankfully none for Gavin Millar, who, as we mentioned previously, was sent off last match. And really, London have had all the chances. Not a single shot on target thus far for Kapstad.
Yeah, and Kapstad's most dangerous chance just came out of some sloppy play at the back from London that they just left a bit unpunished. But so far, this is the result London need. Let's see if they can hold on in this second half.
Yeah, and it's also really the result Paris need, because they know that any level of points that they get off their match against Seoul would result, if this result holds here, as them booking their ticket to Division 2. Of course, it would rule out their title chances, so kind of have to take the good with the bad on that one.
Yeah, again,
well,
Kapstad
would rule out the entire title chance, excuse me. Yes, go on.
Yeah, Kapstad need a win to stay. Like, they probably won't win the title because it's a 15-goal swing with London, and that's probably not happening. But they can still be promoted. But I think they need that Paris they need to win, and Paris need to drop points. Just because, again, 15-goal swing with Paris as well, because Paris have the same goal difference as London. So they need this win. They need to come out in this second half flying, because a draw doesn't do anything for them. A loss, obviously, kind of cooks them. Or at least it takes them out of control of their own destiny.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think even now they wouldn't really control their own destiny, only being 3 points back, as Kapstad have made a change. Jakob Larson comes on for Kevin Zimmer. No changes for the British side, as looks like early on Kapstad will try and mount an attack, just like Montreal did, but a good slide tackle there by Papastathopoulos. Ended up bouncing off Krauses and got himself a throw.
Greek on Greek crime there.
Yeah, and also worth noting, if results do hold here, that it would basically mean that Kapstad would also be having to fight for third place as well. Because, well, Buenos Aires would only be one back of them, but you just need to find one more. And London know if they just held on to a draw here even now, they will still be able to secure promotion, but they probably have their eyes of a title already. And also, the actual thing I was trying to get to there, my mind was trying to whir itself back up. Kapstad, if they do score 8, might be in contention, but they will need to rely on a lot of luck for that to go their way. I mean, 8 goals and a half would have to be something insane, you know. 8 goals in a game is difficult enough. 8.5 is asking basically cooperation.
Yeah, this is Inter London, yes. Not Inter Southampton. No 9 goals.
Really had to roast them, as Clements has found, but that'll be offside. As much as they'll try and go up and celebrate, it looked like he was well in front. And yep, flag was raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty clear daylight.
Yeah, just bolted a little bit too early.
I mean, I had enough of view of that from here to know that was very likely going to be called back. Usually, you'd like to go up and celebrate those, no matter who scores it, but Clements robbed of his double by mistiming his run. Krauses now will find O'Rourke. Back to Nagatoro Maradona. Back to O'Rourke. Nagatoro Maradona! Oh, what a strike that is! Edge of the area, across the face of goal, and has equalised for Cape Town.
Yeah, remember what I said at halftime. The main chance for Kopstad in that first half came from sloppy play in the back from London. Boom, sloppy play. Letitia trying to win the ball, but puts it right into the path of Nagatoro Maradona, who just instinctively shoots it, and we are tied right after, like, that swing right there. London have an offside goal, and then Kopstad come back and make them immediately pay.
Larson there, or just try to send one right top corner, but perhaps a bit too fine as that one went over the top, but not by much. As Letitia will now find Clements. Clements trying to look to put one through again here. Will send a crossover to Jerry, but Krauser sends it clear. Paphasifopoulos scraps up, but it bounces off Krauser and now for O'Rourke, who absolutely roasts by Millar and turns back once Paphasifopoulos gets in his way. Krauser now to Valor, over to Larson, now O'Rourke. And it looked like they actually had O'Rourke offside there, so a nice little trap set by London to win that one back as they'll immediately put on another attack. Paphasifopoulos tried to send through one to Scudmuffin, but headed away by Valor. The clearance finds Nagatoro Maradona. Bit of a 2-on-1 mounting here. Pecora in support. Oh, that one. It looked like they were setting up for O'Rourke, but ended up just going wide of net as again we see another chance. Letitia will try and send it down his own flank. Pecora just runs right in though. And, well, perhaps just kept too far off his own boot. Back to Lualua. Lualua boosts it clear as well. Right back to Yeboah, goalie to goalie. Will they go goalie to goalie again here? No, that one ends up finding Clements, but Athlete sends it right back to Lualua. Back and forth for football swings. Jerry over to Clements. Finds Letitia on the flank. Letitia now up against Hall. Sends it back in. Looks to Millar, now Yore. Back to Millar. Millar's shot just a bit too far and ends up 5 rows deep.
London are creating. You can tell they want this win bad. But,
yeah, I mean, it would basically secure their promotion as Clements' tap in. This goes wide.
Well, we have a late twist.
It looks like it's just being kept
Corner.
on the into London attacking end. Jerry now goes long, look for dives in a lot. O'Rourke will clear. The floor there, however, did very well to position themselves for that one, but won't get another opportunity. Referee says they've seen enough, and that will be it. They share the points. London 1, Kapstadt 1.
And that'll send London up. Officially, they are 7 points, or they are 6 points clear of Kapstadt with 1 to go. They cannot be caught. So Inter London are headed to Division 1 next season. But obviously the title is still very much alive for AS Paris. We'll see if they can capitalize on a couple of drop points. But, pretty even game. I think the draw was a pretty fair result. And we'll see if there's stuff to play for on the final match day. And Kapstadt also keep their hopes of promotion alive if AS Paris slip up on the road in Seoul.
Yeah, well, they do need to win to secure promotion, AS Paris, and they would also very likely need to win in order to secure it because they would be relying on an Inter London loss. No control of their own destiny on that occasion. If Inter London do end up dropping too, look who it is. It's Seoul showing up again. And well, you also have to deal with Kapstadt, Montreal, and Paris Buenos Aires. The 3 teams vying for promotion will be in 3 different games. But that is only if AS Paris end up not getting the win here, which would book their place. It would only mean the title is what's at stake, as Rocco Aloisi gets us underway here.
Yeah,
Don't forget Leonidas Papadopoulos, Golden Boot, basically right in winner, and will very likely be the danger man, as Seoul will probably try and mark him out.
Yeah, and the last time these two teams played, Seoul was put to the sword 6-1. You'd imagine a lot of those players are like, yeah, you might have beaten the pants off us last time, but we are not that team anymore.
Yeah, I mean, playing in South Korea will definitely give him a boost as that cross is blocked by Isabella Cortez. Finds its way back to Paul. And they'll just decide to settle things for now as Jay Brisky will throw it in for Cortez. Well, Jay plays it for Brisky. Whipped in towards Papadopoulos, but good work by Kjell Holmberg to send the header clear. And Peter Oak on the rebound. Couldn't get it past King Kong, of course. Seoul, one of the only teams in Division 2 to be using the mixed goalkeepers. They've started King Kong for this one. No Mason Wallstead in net. And it looks like we do have a bit of a soreness problem here for Bud Light Large Box McGurk. He is currently under a little bit of pain right now, according to our reporters on the sideline, as Holmberg goes to man, finds the Silva. The Silva, oh, that looked like it. Oh, that what a penalty. It looked like the Silva just carried it over the line, but it ended up being brought down by Twilight Sparkle, and a penalty now for Barocco Aloisi against Bartlett. Gets the right way, but still got it through. Barocco Aloisi has put Seoul in front.
And a big twist in the chase for, well, everything. The penalty, I mean, it's a simple penalty. Guessed right, but placed very well by Aloisi. And Seoul with a sucker punch to the jaw.
Yeah, I mean, Anspati will probably be kicking themselves right now for that one. And Twilight Sparkle probably made a slide tackle that wasn't necessary. As a result, Ori Bartlett, a very short keeper, only at 4'11", ended up getting his hands to that one. Now Cortez will pass over to Oak. Finds Milan Horvat, a long shot, but a good punch away by King Kong to put that one over the goal line for a corner. Paddy looking to equalise now off a corner of Jay Brisky. Whipped inside, but good work by the player manager Cole Mertz. Sending that one out of play. Not quite out of play, but rather out of danger. Here it is out of play, though. Thrown back in by Brisky. Pellicane now to Cortez. Out to Brisky once more. Tries to swing it over to McAllister. Going over the top of Papadopoulos. Sparkle now, and Peter Oak blocked there by Bud Light Large Box McGurk, who seems to be holding up okay for now. Brisky will whip it in, and McGurk will clear. Looks like Seoul have been able to hold them off for now. Racing now for Paul. Chance for Muller. Oh, great tackle by Washburn, but it went right back to Danny Paul. Goes over to time. A few man. Man tried to look for the Silva, but a good header by Washburn cut it out. Papadopoulos decides no one's in front, so let's just go back. Horvat ends up receiving that pass, and the ball is worked through the right side. Now back to Brisky. Oh, not a great pass there, trying to find Oak, and Aloisi did well to intercept. Muller now finds time. Back over to Muller. On the ground at time. Oh, great tackle Cortez, but Muller there again, and a cross that was to 3-on-none for Paddy. And they'll win it back, but look at Danny Paul putting the pressure on, and a great shot there, but Bartlett did well to get the hands to that one. Twilight sparkled out to McAllister, and that time Seoul nearly put through the danger, but they look to go again as here's Holmberg. Holmberg now likely work back for the player, but maybe look too far back when they found McGurk, but still retain possession at least. Now back to Man. And now back out to De Silva. De Silva in for Aloisi, looking for a second one, but very close. Just hit the top of the net.
Seoul looking like sharks out there right now. They smell some blood in the water. Can they get the finish and get an insurance goal?
Look to try and find one, especially looking towards the break. Only 3 minutes left in this first half, plus stoppage time. Holmberg now for De Silva. Tries to find Danny Paul, but that time Bartlett ends up getting to that one and also holds on to it. That will likely take us to the break. Seoul leading 1-0 over Paddy. Wow, it's been a very wild game in terms of its outcome, at least in this first half.
Yep, and Seoul have deserved their lead. I know it was through a penalty, but I feel like they have created more throughout the first half. They've been getting the ball into the box a decent amount. Paris they've had looks, but I wouldn't say any particularly great looks. No subs in this second half. And Paris are going to, again, Paris need to equalize or the title race is over.
Yep. And of course into London, who may have already seen that happen. Of course, games are held in parallel. We just cover them in a specific order. Worth noting for Paris, they will likely have the news that K. Clements is currently ahead with his 10th minute goal. They have no idea what's going on over in... Why am I forgetting where they're playing? Oh, over in Boris Johnson's Party Dome. As Muller, McGurk, and now Holmberg. Alpha Mertz. Yeah, I mean, London and Paris, two English Channel rivals that have probably been the two strongest sides, but Paris still need to try and make sure that they secure their promotion spot and even just trust themselves in the title race at least. Papadopoulos will look to find Cortez. Cortez into the middle, but good work by Mertz, blocking the cross intended for McAllister. Have a centre midfielders for Paddy scoop it up. Pelletier now to Papadopoulos. Goes to McAllister. Now to Oak. Pelletier. Pelletier now for Cortez. Cortez opportunity saved by Kong and cleared by Mertz.
Big chance there for Paris. King Kong coming up big. And we talk about the table, like if this score holds and Paris lose, they're under pressure from Kapstadt going into the final game because Kapstadt are now just 2 points back.
Yeah, I mean, if Paris would end up losing their match, that final game that they have against CA Buenos Aires, who are locked out of the promotion spots now, will probably still want to put up a fight for third if possible, and suddenly they open the door for Kapstadt facing off against Montreal. Here's Brisky. Good block there by Paul, but only forces a corner. Just under 20 minutes left, plus stoppage time.
They're going to throw the
Brisky
kitchen
will look
sink
to fire
here.
inside. Yeah, but that time they just tried to look for a short ball. Ended up being headed clear by Holmberg. Great tackle there. McGurk blocked Washburn from making a big clearance in. Up back with Sparkle, and now Washburn. Where do they look to go? They go Pelletier. They go right side through Brisky. Brisky with a ton of room. Probably could have taken a shot on himself, but Cortez with a great shot there. But probably could have put that towards more of the post and ends up being tipped over the bar by King Kong. And again, Brisky looks short and it's headed clear once more.
Seoul are clinging, but they have a corner.
Yeah, they look to Aloisi that time. It's swept up by Tenderloin. Now a few men. Over to Tenderloin again. Swing for Mertz. Oh, what a volley that hit the bar.
That had some venom on it. And it did not miss by much. The goalkeeper's best friend coming to the rescue of Bori Barflett.
Yeah, that was just so hardly struck. And I do have the news that they will be able to get one here, but they need one now. Brisky inside. It ends up being tapped through by Washburn, but didn't get anywhere else. King Kong now can hold it. Or just look to get as far down the field as they can. And that'll do it. Inter London have won the title with this result. Seoul defeat Paris. Paris have to fight another day. Seoul with a huge upset. And Inter London can finally crown themselves champions of Division 2.
Wow, chaos really came today. The underdogs by point won every game, or well, except for the tie. But Seoul, they get the penalty, they hold on, they get the point, they get the 3 points. They have a chance to now leapfrog Buenos Aires for fifth or fourth. I can't count. But there it is. Inter London 4 points clear of AS Paris. They have clinched promotion and the title. They can party it up on that final match day. The second promotion slot, it's still up in the air. AS Paris do have the edge, but Kapstadt have a chance to squeak in and get up to Division 1 with a late season surge.
Yeah, and I also can't rule out the potential that Seoul could also end up leapfrogging into third if Kapstadt lose and Seoul win by enough. Also, Buenos Aires aren't able to get 3 points against AS Paris. Though that's locked everything up except second through fifth, which is only separated by 5 points going into the final day. So Still everything to play for now. As for the Simulation Soccer League, Valpix, and every part of that crew, I've been Suck. We shall see you next time.